Better? Man, I don't know what. I tried to be able to use my. I was like, oh, I can just go live on my phone. That should work fine. No, gotta go. Sorry, Cal. I got a few more. Um, this dude got a lot of shit painted. He got a lot of shit painted. Yeah, I thought I could go live from my phone. No, audio sucks. But I think to continue what I was talking about earlier, before Amy gave me the update that when she was picking the bean up from school, the last like 5 minutes of school, she wanted the teacher to hold her because she was feeling sick and she was hot and she had a fever of 100. So uh, Amy's got the bean at home trying to get her feeling better. She says she feels like ass. So uh, I'm guessing. I'm guessing. A bunch of background noise. I wonder if it was picking up the fan. It might have been picking up that fan. I don't know. Let's see here. Box. I keep this box and I just throw random pieces of packing stuff in there. So when I need filler, I can just grab it as needed. Throw all this gentleman's baits in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He got all the baits painted. Kyle, can you send a man to the moon though? Has a man been to the moon? Some say maybe not. I'll pull this over here so it's not as hard. All right. That one feels solid. Get over here to stack. Who's next? Who's next? Yeah, Nate. I felt bad because I had to dip out. Amy called and said the bean had a temperature at school when she picked her up, so she was feeling cruddy. But she was very. It was very concerning. You know how women are. Uh, you could tell the concern in her voice, but she had to tell me 10 different things before telling me what the issue was. Which, like, as soon as I heard her talk, I wanted to just say, just tell me what's wrong, right? Like, I don't need to know anything else. Like, what's wrong with the bean? Getting to that point took a little longer, and I was getting impatient uh, because I knew something was wrong with the bean, and I wanted her to just tell me what it was, not how the steps leading up to figuring out that there was something wrong. I just wanted to know what was wrong. Um, and she has a fever. I guess that's standard protocol when kids start school. So uh, I don't know what the deal is with the moon thing lately, but I've been seeing a lot of people. Uh, I don't know who I'm following or who I've been listening to lately that I get hit with these moon landing conspiracies, but I've been seeing a fair amount of them on the interwebs. Uh, a lot of people believe that was green screened, um, and it was just a. But that's what I told Amy because I was talking about one night about this. We're laying in bed. We were talking about this dude that I know who's like a truther, and he was like he pretty much says Donald Trump is still president and everything else is just like a movie that you're seeing. And she's like, that's so stupid. I was like, is it though? I was like, nothing at this point would really surprise me. You know what I mean? If somebody was like, hey, Area 51, like there's yeah, that was legit. Like there's aliens bodies in there. Like that wouldn't surprise me. Somebody says we didn't land on the moon, they have proof. Wouldn't surprise me. Um, Nothing surprises me at this point. So all these like kooky conspiracy theorists, whatever, dude. I don't like put anything into it, but at the same time, I don't completely discredit anything. I don't think. I mean, some of that shit's absurd. Like, I don't think there's Bigfoot's running around, but you know, who's to say there's not? I mean, I really think some red sitting up in a tree stand somewhere would have busted a cap in one's ass, but I think the world's or the U.S. is populated enough that you would probably somebody would have found a carcass of some sort or hit one on the road or something. Um, but enough about conspiracy theories. Um, I really think this Patreon is going to be the answer to what I've been looking for. Because, like I said earlier, I think I wanted, like, I'd been thinking and talking to Amy and a few other people about how I could, like, better get cooler stuff out there. And I'd talked a year or so ago about doing a like a subscription type box, and then just put badass shit in it. T-shirts, hats, swim baits, balsa baits, certain plastic baits, like repainted old stock, badass, you know, branded baits. Um, just think like stuff I think is cool. Um, but get it into the hands of those guys that really like and appreciate what I do. Because it does kind of make me feel bad when somebody's like uh, very supportive of me, and then I do like a drop of baits, and for whatever reason they don't get in on it, and they miss it. I'd like to have enough of those stuff to go around, but I don't. Um, so I think that would be a way to control it, um, and it would let me do a little more um, exclusive stuff. That would be also more fun, especially if I know I have a captive audience. That gives me that gives me a baseline to work from. Like if there's 50 dudes in there, it gives me a budget to play with. So that makes uh, that makes things easier. Um, like as far as like t-shirts, I know I've got X amount of dollars to have a design made and have the shirts made and all that kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, Jeremy, the Amy picked the bean up from school and she wanted the teacher to hold her and she was feeling bad and she had a 100-degree fever. So she got back home and it was like she had been playing though, so she was extra hot. She got back home and it was like 99. She gave her some Motrin. So yeah, I understand, Kyle. I don't put limits on stuff either. I see some guys put limits on stuff, and you know, okay, so that's what I thought about. But then the $50 to $100 box, I started thinking about it and I was like, I would have to pre-plan like the first 6 months of boxes to make it make sense, because some stuff I can't get to. Like if I was having like shirts designed, or if I was having like hats made, like I can't control. Like if I was trying to do that per month, I would, and I was working with just a month prior timeline, I know I'd get screwed, and I wouldn't want to short people on boxes. So if I do the Patreon thing where you just have members, that gives me a like I said, a good baseline of things to be able to do, and know who I'm dealing with. Uh, so, and it'll be fun, especially because like some of those baits I've done, we just call them D scales. And I think I've sold two. Maybe I've only sold. I think I've sold one bait with D scales, and I blurred out the picture. So there's probably like 20 people out there that have this one bait that I didn't want to show. Um, so that would be something I could do also for the Patreon people. That would be fun. Uh, that way I would know, basically that the hardcore dudes are getting them, right? And that's what I like. I like to support the people that support me, and like get the guys that are extra supportive the extra cool shit. So, and I've got tons of stuff over here that like nobody's ever seen, that I just do for myself, for my own entertainment. Um, that I could either show off or like reproduce or like something like that. Um, two limited color plastic square bills, limited design shirt and hat for 85 to 100. Kyle, that's a lot. That's a lot for every month, though. Like having to like, I think putting the boxes together would be hard. Um, I don't. I mean, I say that. Like I would, like I said, I would have to pre-make like 4 months of those to give myself time once they started leaving to create the next ones. Um, but I also wouldn't want to have people's money on the hook. That would be too much like a pre-order to me, um, which it basically is. Uh, so let's see. Yeah, South Jersey. I was. Amy called, said the bean was sick, had a fever, so she was when she was talking when I was on the stream. She was getting long winded in telling me what was actually going on. So the whole time I was listening, I knew uh, something was up with the bean, but she wasn't actually telling me what that was. So rather than like sit there and wait, I Jeremy, you're a big spender all at one time. Um, I've never. The only time I ever spent like that is when James's. The only time I ever used to spend like that was like at Tackle Warehouse. Um, I would buy my terminal tackle like once a year when they do their like Black Friday sale. Um, Besides that, I would always just kind of sprinkle it around as I needed it. I've never been one to like to crack that you know bust that big wad all at once. It always stung, so I was like, yeah, I just rather spend a little here and there. Um, but it's typically not like if I spend money on baits, it's usually it's usually nothing new. Um, and I typically only try to spend money on things that I can make money on. Um, so like I bought some baits about a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't know where they are, but there's a bunch of old deep baby ends, and one of my favorite baits. It's little and it's weak. It's the Ned head of crankbaits, but that Joker catches them, man. Um, and I bought some old ones, and I was going to strip them and put nice fancy paint jobs on it. See if I have some. There's one I've done. I mean, they just look beautiful. Here's like a ghost hot chocolate. But enough about my tackle collection that nobody sees. Um, Damn, you buy hooks, weights, jigs, rods, reels. That's pretty impressive. That's probably fun though, just to go on a shopping spree and just like get the stuff. You know what I mean? Um, I can't say I've ever made like I've probably most I've ever spent back in the day was probably a couple $100 at Tackle Warehouse. I've seen people make like $2,000 orders, like monster orders. I've never made one of those. But I'm sure they're fun. Kyle, it was. That was a brighter version of Ozark Shad. It's actually kind of when you paint Ozark over clear versus white, the blue looks bluer because it doesn't have anything to contrast against. So it does look a little bluer than your standard Ozark. But I've got like these are really really nasty. This one's in better shape. This is a matte finish one. DT6. It's my winter box. Let's see. All right. 100 hooks, 100 sinkers, 6-7 cards of jigs, bulk spools of line. Damn, that's wild, dude. I don't know if I'm that good of a planner, because I feel like I'm one of those guys that when it comes to shopping or when it comes to tackle, it's all situational for me. Like, I'm probably pretty good on everything for the rest of my life, honestly. Like, as far as like if I wanted to just pull off that wall, I could probably catch bass forever. But, you know, fishermen can't just stop at that. There's always some other something that you think you need or want or would do a job better. And now I just try to create that, or whatever I need. I just try and put the money I would spend on buying a bunch of that shit. I'll put it into having it made or designed or whatever. Um, but I feel like I've always been the guy that like gets to the water and looks at the water and then wants to build a jig to that rather than just pick up my standard stuff. Like, it's more fun for me to look at the water and be like, "Ooh, I bet this would look good." And you like put something together, and then you go home and you make 12 of them, and or you buy like onesies and twosies or something off of like I've got colors that I bought like years ago off of Tackle Warehouse, where you just buy like one of something and you're like, man, I know this thing's gonna smash them. Or you usually don't buy one. If you buy one, you're usually going to catch them good on it. But if you buy something that you think looks so good that you buy like 10, odds are you're never going to catch them on that shit. That seems like it's always my luck. I bought a jig years ago from was it Falcon? They used to make the spinner baits. I think it was Falcon. They made jigs. Um, Here it is. Still in my box. I've yet to catch a fish on it, but I thought it was like the sweetest looking bait you've ever seen. It was like the bluegilliest looking bait. Had the Flashaboo in it, the blue Flashaboo, a little orange, a little pumpkin, a little blue highlight on the bottom. I was like, dude, this thing is going to be a monster dock jig, shallow brush jig. I never caught shit on it. It wasn't the jig's fault. I never had that day where it like clicked. You know what I mean? And so it just, and that's unfortunate for bait makers that unless somebody has that lucky day where they pick up your bait and that day the fish want it, and you've got, after that you have a customer for life probably. But you have a day, you go out there and you pick a bait that you just bought to throw, and you go out there to fish it, and it's just not that day for that bait or that color or whatever, and guys don't have a good experience with it. It ends up being the bait's fault and just kind of thrown in the back. But Kyle, which one? The UFO? That one? This is going to sunny California, believe it or not. I think the dude's going to do some like calico bass fishing with it. I don't know. I actually painted this bait the first time. It was one of the kois I did. South Jersey, I've seen that. You're not the first person I've seen say that. I've actually seen a lot of people say that recently, and it's because I did a lot of UFO runs, and for whatever shit the dude's catching, he was always like very good to me. Like he never paid me late or anything like that. We're getting another call. Hello? Hey. Hey, my sweet baby, how are you? Hold on, we got to FaceTime the bean. She doesn't feel good. Hey, little baby, you feel bad? You take a nap? No?
Yeah, she took a nap. About an hour or so.
Hour?
Hour and a half, maybe.
You got a booger? You got a booger? You watching shows? Hey, sweet baby. What you playing with?
Oh, you're on YouTube.
Yeah. It's okay. Bean, you ready for Dada to come home, see you? Okay. I'll try and hurry up and come home and play with you while you're sickly.
I had a meeting with the marketing people.
How'd that go?
Good.
Good, real good. Hey.
Look at that now.
Hey. It was a decent bait. The swim was a little unnatural, but had the deep crank version, and the angle of the bill just didn't have really for directing. So, did you get good money for it? What you doing? You gonna take a nap? You feel bad? I'm sorry. Can I bring you something home? You want a popsicle? I got you some popsicles outside. Mama, go get her a popsicle. Huh?
She don't feel that bad.
Yeah, she feels bad. She feels better now. Imagine that.
Oh my God.
Oh, she went from feel bad to go get that. Go get that sick baby a popsicle, Mama. It's those juice ones. Okay, Mama's gonna go get you a ice cream popsicle.
You say I love you.
I love you. I love you too. What? Yeah, I'll come home in a little bit.
She said, "Come home and hold me."
Come home and hold me. You got it.
Sweet little girl.
I do.
Okay, let's get a popsicle.
All right, enjoy your popsicle, Bean. I love you.
You should check your phone and watch what I just sent you.
Okay.
Let everybody watch it with you.
Okay, bye. That's how you test your kid's sickness level. 4x4 and the 4x4 deep are hard to beat. Yeah. That is all she wanted. Come home and hold me, Daddy. It's hard to pass that one up, guys. hard to pass up when the little sweet bean asks you to come home. But I guess they'll be staying at home this weekend. So, but I'll still get to work, so I'll get everything knocked out I need to knock out. I don't know. No ill will against Mike, but I know those damn bullshads do the job. But if I got one of those tied on late on deck, I know it'll catch them. I know it'll hold up, but I just don't look at it and say, damn, if I were a bass, I'd eat you. I think that's probably how I look at all my baits. Like, if I were a bass, would I eat this? I look at that 100%. I would totally smoke this. I would T-bone this son of a bitch as soon as I saw it because it's so damn sexy. So baits have to meet that criteria in order for me to partake. I don't know. I like that feeling. Nate knows. He catches them good on this damn thing. He catches them good on this thing. He catches them good on this little piece of bait. But like a wiggle wart, the popsicles are outside in the deep freeze. Kyle, are there any baits if you were a bass that you would not bite? Like the thing about it, like a wacky rig drop shot, I'd eat that. Like a robo worm, sexy little drop shot bait. But there's just some stuff that's like, nah. One, for example, is when guys do open pore soft plastics to where they're pouring a worm or something in like an open pore mold, so they have a flat side on them. That really bothers me. I just don't think it's appealing. Do I think a fish will bite it? Sure. Do I look down and think, damn, that looks badass? No. And because of that, it makes me not want to fish it properly and like probably with as long as I probably should fish it. So, and there's like AJ was talking about that live target frog. He says it's an awesome frog. It just doesn't appeal to me because it doesn't look right. But I guess that's why. I guess that's why I do what I do, because like that's what got me painting, was because I looked at like a Bandit Bluegill 200 and I was like, this looks like ass. Like I don't feel good painting. This doesn't bring me joy. This doesn't make me feel good that I'm like throwing something representative of what I'm trying to mimic. This is trash. So Nate, he finally learned about the Amakatsu. I've been preaching it for damn 7-8 years now. The Amakatsu IK180 is one of the best fish catching baits on the planet in that medium running depth range, but it looks stupid. But I think that like me personally, I don't think they look stupid. I think they're very appealing. But I can see where a lot of people think they're dumb looking, because there's a lot of people that love certain baits that I think look stupid, and vice versa. So, yeah, what is a? Sometimes that weird shit does work. You're right. I don't mind weird. Weird doesn't bother me if it's done well. Um, Weird, I'm certainly for. I like weird. I just don't like poorly executed weird. I don't like forcefully trying to be weird, right? Like when you're like a poser weird. Like I feel like that's like mystery tackle box and all that like generation of guys that are like trying to do like shock stuff. It's forcefully trying to be weird. Not because they're weird people. They're the most square people you've ever met in your life, right? Like they're like suits that go into an office and like count beans. They're they're not weird. So that's what happens when bean counters try to make edgy stuff. It's not edgy. It's stupid, right? Like let the weird people make weird stuff, and that's what makes it cool. Um, it's the same thing with music, like any kind of art or any kind of once you try to like infiltrate that realm with like commercial business, it it may sell a little bit to the masses, but at the end of the day, it usually peters out because there's nothing genuine behind it. Every creature bait since the beaver, they try hard and make it weird. Yeah, and they can't. They spend more money trying to make a weirder, different sweet beaver than actually trying to just make a bait that's original. Um, Message and held for review. South Jersey. Is this? What is this? What did you say? 100% South Jersey. 100%. Like you've got a wiggle wart. Wiggle warts are pretty stupid looking. Honestly, they're pretty ugly, but they have that appeal to them because of the nostalgia of how good they are. You know what I mean? Because they're a legendary bait. So for what they lack in appeal of the profile, they make up for in their lore in bass fishing and their history in bass fishing. So that makes it a little more appealing. Like when you look at it, you're like, damn. You might not say that's sexy, but you look at it and you're like, that's a damn fish catching machine from generations. But you have Megabass take their take on a wiggle warty kind of bait, and it's like they know how to make stuff sexy. Um, Beaver is the number one creature bait to me. You can try and change my mind, but I'll enjoy you turning blue in the face with you will not change my mind. Kyle, if you notice, there is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9 racks. Um, there is 9 racks of Reaction Innovation Sweet Beaver. It's probably 50 bags of beavers up there. If you look on that board or anywhere in the shop, I would give you $1,000 if you could find a Sweet Beaver knockoff, because there is none. They started it. They're the best. End of story. That's that. That's it. I mean, they designed it. Their colors are better than everybody else's. That what else? Everybody ripped their colors off. Everybody ripped their bait off. Like they changed the soft plastic game as far as that bait was concerned. Um, and they catch the shit out of them. That's I mean that's all there is to it. Plastic's good. I like their plastic formula. Um, I mean, could they last a little longer? Sure. Do you sell more baits when they tear up a little easier? Yeah. So I don't. That really doesn't bother me. But right, Mikey. Let's see. I got a weird bait I'm going to show. South Jersey, I told you on your stream that all these stores just need to have a South Jersey fisherman oddities section on their website, and you just get to handpick all the weird shit that you think's cool. Matthew Acevedo's Oddity of the Week. Come check it out. Get them now. The Sweet Beeves. D-Bomb's a good bait, but I don't think it's like a complete, like it is. It's an iteration of a beaver, but at least they ribbed it and like they changed it a little bit. AJ, that is sickening, dude. Do you need me to send you some Sweet Beavers? I know they don't go on sale a lot, but I can part with some. What do you throw, bro? Like when the Sweet Beef was going nuts, did you just completely miss that era and then just come up in the knockoff era? Yeah, that's like one of the most effective soft plastics of our lifetime. Not like that shitty Cinco. She went with the orange one. That's a good pick. There's two kinds, Amy. There's the ones with the vanilla in them, and then there was the ones that are just juice. Oh, peach passion fruit. I didn't know that was an option. Maybe I grabbed a different flavor than I thought I was getting. I thought it was the strawberry lime, and there was like a mango in there. Sweet Beaver on a Carolina rig around a brim bed. Get your damn arm broke. Went with the juice. The others have artificial coloring. I knew they were low on sugar, but I didn't read the artificial coloring department. Whoops. She did eat a banana one while you were gone. Jeremy, that is one thing I do not like a Sweet Beaver for is a jig trailer. I don't like the bulkiness. I've never liked anything bulky on my jig. The amount of plastic on the hook bothers me. The fall like bothers me. The big chunk of plastic like under the skirt right there bothers me. I tried it a couple times. They didn't last terribly long. And I just didn't like the profile. But it's not to say they don't work. It's just, like I said, it's that weird visual thing for me. It didn't. It didn't work. Jeremy, what is your favorite color Sweet Beef? You too, Kyle. AJ, sorry you can't be part of this conversation since you don't own one bag of Sweet Beavers, nor have you ever owned one. You're in timeout. I need to pause you, AJ. Can I give you a disciplinary action? We're going to pin you to the top. All right. Now you can be mocked for everyone to see. Tramp stamp. Dude, you just looked that up. Damn cheater. Popsicles. Watermelon red or watermelon candy? Neither of those two are on my radar. I've got three. I've got three. When you're sick, you got to eat popsicles, dude. Everybody knows that. If you're sick, you want to feel better, eat a damn popsicle. You're good. I wish I could have seen her face like that because she had her head down on the table and she was looking all sad. And I went, "You want a popsicle?" And she went, "Popsicle?" Penetration, Dirty Sanchez, Okeechobee Crawl, Spraygrass, Black Neon, Chartreuse Tips, and then I guess Magic Crawl. That's probably. But the thing about it is they've got so many damn sexy ass colors. It's hard to even pick one. But mine is definitely Penetration and Spraygrass. That's the only two you need. And Magic Crawl Red. That's my other favorite. I used to throw Bloody Bug a bunch, which was the June bug with the red glitter, but I really just prefer that in a worm. What else we got here? Just standard stuff. I got a bunch of the. I had some of the. What's the Tequila Sunrise color? And it's not Oxford. What is it called? Main Vein. Main Vein will catch them too. I don't even know if they make Main Vein anymore. I could probably get a little cash for those if they're discontinued. But who's fishing this weekend? Great question, Amy. Dude, that's the thing about Reaction's color line is they're all so good and like very unique to them. And one color nobody's mentioned is California 420. Like that color is incredibly beautiful. But I think that's the magic of the company and their colors and their baits is that they just you look at them and you want to throw them because they look awesome. Which is my whole business mentality from the giddy. Every bait should be available in Tramp Stamp. Did you get you a scale, South Jersey? Friday night and Monday morning. Oh shit. Damn. I already packaged this dude's baits up and I forgot his jackals. is Muscle Deeps. Dude, if I had $1 for every Muscle Deep Jackal that I painted in my American Shad color that went to the West Coast, boy would be doing good. So I have to reopen this box. And by $1 for every one, I did receive more than $1 to paint them, but if I had a reoccurring payment of $1 every month, I would be doing good. It's got like a cult-like following out there. And I think I know who put it on the map, and I won't put him on blast, but he obviously is a giver with information. I think I'm gonna order some little foam bags to put baits in, like foam pouches, so I don't have to do this. I'm glad I just realized that I didn't send this guy his baits without his baits. I know, way too much tape. What call the go-to color of Sweet Beaver is soft poppy. What is that? That must be a new one. I'll tell you the password is. Name that movie. The password is. Big Texan, Black Neon, Black and Red, Blacklight. That was a good color. I threw it for a little while. Blank Check, Bloody Bug they still make, Bloody Mary. Good one. California 420. The password is. The password is. Dirty Wizard. I don't know what Dirty Wizard is. Floribama. It's kind of like a sunfish color. It's pretty. I went through a Houdini phase where I caught him real good on Houdini. Hematoma, Hillbilly Special, Hitman. That one's pretty. Honey Doo Doo, Hot Tamale, Houdini, Infection. Dude, that's a sexy ass color. That's one of my favorites. Junebug, Glow Blow, Magic Crawl Red. I don't think it gets better than Magic Crawl Red. Main Vein. They still make Main Vein. How about that? Oxblood, Paycheck, Penetration. There it is. Rhythm and Blues. Soft Poppy. Oh, it's like a It's like a roadkill with blue. Never caught them on infection. Man. Spanish fly was one I really got into, but then I realized like I don't fish like the water that was probably appropriate for Spanish fly, but I thought it was a beautiful color. Soft pappy. That's a roadkill. I probably have the most perfect jig you've ever seen for that. Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. I've already made the jig and I didn't even know the color. That is pretty much a soft pappy jig. I don't know what I hit, but I chipped the paint. It's like Magic Crawl, but roadkill, which is exactly what this is. I don't know if it'll focus on that. Yeah. There it goes. What y'all know about moon dust? Or was it called moon glow? What do y'all know about those? Should I bring those back into production? Or are they not in production because nobody bought them and they suck? I like them. Jig X Sling. Look at that little mamacita. Good looking jig. Enough about what I throw. Enough about me. I need a giant box of this guy's jig. I mean, his bait. AJ, does Missile make a an equivalent to that? Do they make like a D-bomb and something tramp stampish? Which ones you throw now, Morgan? I haven't talked about one. And I probably won't. I'll save it for the Patreon. Super Bug. Let's look at it. Dude, Violator's sexy. Warmouth is too, dude. Look at that thing. Waterbug's pretty. I mean, all of them are, dude. Besides the lame ass ones like Watermelon, like all the standard ones that they got to sell. There's AJ's favorite. Tramp stamp. He's getting all hot and bothered over there. Morgan, I'm telling you, dude, they completely changed the game, and I don't think they get enough credit because companies in this industry like to forget, or they don't like to forget. They like to pretend like these people don't exist, rather than call a spade and be like, yeah, the reason we make a lot of the colors that we do is because of Reaction Innovations. They just come out with it and just, rather than give credit where it's due. But I mean, honestly, you're not going to have some monster like Strike King come out at ICAST and be like, "Oh, here's our colors in honor of Reaction and their great color palette and their great ability to design colors." We've done a, but I guess the right thing to do would be to do some sort of collaborative thing, which I think you might maybe see in. I would maybe expect out of like Japan. You know, if somebody's really innovative with like their colors or whatever, you know, I wouldn't think a Japanese company would look so far past to be like, hey, let's collaborate with this person and like do like some colors for us, since we can't do it on our own. The only thing I'll do with all black South Jersey is swim a jig. I'll swim a jig in a heartbeat, but usually I typically do not pitch an all black jig. I don't think it wouldn't work, but it's just, I don't know. It's not any fun, right? It's just, it's unappealing to me. I get that little buzz on catching something that's like real fancy. Like I know a ton of guys throw black and brown, or just brown. I can't get behind it. I can get behind certain colors that are like shot colors when they're solid. That's interesting to me, but like just black, boring. But they'll eat a black swim jig with not saying the trailer's black, but y'all seen these things? It's made of wood. Nate, I was looking at my bait in the water a couple weeks ago, and I was just letting it kind of sit there and just kind of slow twitching it. And does it not look just like when you walk down to the edge of the water and you see like a bluegill hovering like in shallow water, and they're just sitting there and they're like kind of just ticking around, and they're like, you know, they're just chilling. They're just kind of farting around. I was looking at this thing. I was looking at that thing in the water. I was like, dude, you look just like one of those damn little stupid ass brim when you walk around to a dock or to the bank or whatever, and there's just like a random little brim sitting there. And they're like, you know, if they get spooked, typically, like not real spooked, but if they like sense kind of something's going on, They won't shoot off and like run a million miles an hour. They're just kind of ease like a different direction and kind of just start kind of feeling out the. I think that's what that bait does best. Is it looks like that fish. Morgan, shut up. Manny Otero, something. I forget what they're called. But it looks like they're cut on a CNC. Morgan, you should try pitching that jig. I'm not sure. South Jersey, maybe. I want to say his name's Manny. Somebody added me to some Facebook group that's like dedicated to those baits. Only when he's smallmouth fishing, Kyle. All right, this is Bo. Got you, Bo. All right. Let's see here. Oh shit, it's hooks. Son of a bitch. Never fails. That's why I hate when people send me hooks. Because they're always sitting randomly where I don't know where they are. And then I'll pack their bait up and forget the damn hooks. Should charge extra. No one has made a perfect 1.5 size swim bait. What's the closest and what's the flaw? What's the problem? Wasted one of my damn bags. I would like to get into pouring soft plastics. I'd like to try. I'd like to try my hand at the color selection of soft plastics. To me, it would be incredibly fun. Get these pizzies down the road. Yeah, that's the thing. I wish I had somebody here that like had all the shit that I could just like show up and like let me try this. Like, you just show me where all the stuff is and let me get to mixing. Get out of the damn way. Oh, buddy Austin over there at the in Nederland, Texas, he does it. I'd like to go over there and play with his stuff. His worm making materials, not his stuff, not like his not his dick. AJ, that would be nice. Oh, I could do that. Um, oh, Kyle, were you talking about were you talking about a hard swim bait or like a softy? I've got one for you. What would you like me to compare it to? I had an idea for this. Oh yeah, I have noticed that, AJ. What's your problem? Why aren't you on Team Do It? Damn, this thing's fat. Where's that other stupid tail? There it is. Have they knocked at your door? Morgan, you gonna throw it on a spinning rod? I actually have one with props on it around here somewhere. I won't show it though. AJ, I know. I mean, it's hard. I mean, this all happened so fast. My rise to YouTube fame. Um, it's really been a blessing. But if you'd like, we can talk privately. I can give you the secret sauce, and you too can shoot to the top of the algorithms. The first key is completely quit posting on social media. I got some like marketing thing from some like robot today on my email, and it was like, engage with your customers and grow your channel by using Instagram Live. And I was like, that doesn't grow my channel. You don't. Instagram doesn't show it to anybody. Morgan, I could probably do that. Where does a prop bait need weight? Just straight down the center? I've never built one out of resin. I'm assuming just right under the hook hangers. What is this? Oh, it's the pizzas. Sorry, I get sidetracked and I forget what I'm doing. Let me write on here, Piz. 2 Piz. Dunzo. And one hyper thing. I have the Golden Hellion, and it's one of my favorite small glides I got besides the Fawn Glide 6. Golden Gremlin Glide is pretty good. Just had to wait 4 months for it. What are you going to do when you lose it and you need to replace it, South J? I never thought about it. I could scale down my gill even smaller. To like a 4-incher. 3 3/4. Then it would be even more of a pain in the ass. Damn, I gotta order more bags. Pronto. What are these? 10 by 13 black. Put that on the list. You're gonna say it was a good run, bait. Sayonara. All right. Got all my boxes ready to go. Trash cleaned up. Jig put over here. All right. A mini native, yeah. I wouldn't want to go much bigger than this. Because like I said, I think it's stupid when you get these like oversized gill baits that a fish can never fit in its mouth. There's a tail just for length and width. It's a pretty, it's just, to me, it's the perfect size. Not too big, nuts. Later, AJ. Stop by the store and get some damn sweet beavers. But a smaller one would be cool. It would probably be a total headache. But I don't know. I got some more stuff I can do with that body before I start building a little mini one. I don't mind big. I don't mind huge shad stuff because I feel like it's easy for a fish to eat a giant shad and digest a giant shad. But in all my years of fishing, I've seen plenty of giant, like 8-7-inch forked shad tails stuck down a fish's throat. I can't ever say I've seen like a giant bluegill's paddle tail stuck out of a fish's throat. I've seen little ones. Maximum would be about that size, but you typically don't see fish eating that kind of stuff. I mean, not to say that it won't get bit, obviously it will, but as far as hookup ratios, I would prefer something that they could at least get in their mouth a little bit. Morgan, we might be on the same page. Actually, the one thing that was maddening to me back in the day is there's a lake here. We're schooling. The schooling bite's pretty good, real clear water. And this dude told me, he's like, he said, I need. Well, I won't talk about that either. But basically, what he needed, I didn't think was possible to even make.